First set of strategies are short term. Right now I'm angry. How do I come out of my anger? How do I subdue my biochemical response? So these are the strategies. So one thing, let me tell you, there are many strategies. How to use them, when to use them is your judgment. Not all the strategies will work everywhere. We'll see about that. So here, short-term strategies, realize. First thing, you will be able to manage your anger if you realize that you are angry. If you just feel that, oh, I'm just upset, or this is a normal feeling, I'm right. If you don't realize you are angry, you won't accept it. Unless you accept it, you're not going to use those short-term strategies. Won't be useful. So the first step is to realize you are angry and accept it. Once you realize and accept, the next thing to do is, this is the strategy that actually subdues your biochemical response. Take slow, deep breaths. Breathe in, hold on your breath, not much, like maybe 2-3 seconds. We're not trying or testing ourselves. And exhale slowly, maybe 5 times, 4 times, depending on how angry you are. That is a slowing down response. When you take slow breath inside and exhale slowly, that's a slowing down signal to the body. Once the body slows down, the hormones will slow down. So this is a strategy that you can use anytime you are angry. See, if you know that you are going to get angry, you can use some other strategies. But suddenly you realize that you are angry, this is the first strategy to use always. Take slow, deep breaths. Now this is, the next strategy is the most important strategy. Many times we are angry because somebody at the other end is trying to get angry responses from us, is trying to tease us, is trying to make us angry. If we give angry responses, if we are angry, who wins? You don't win. So what should you do? Don't react. The best short-term strategy is do not react. Respond. So if you take your time, I usually would say that, okay, right now you don't seem to be in a good frame of mind. I don't think my responding or my answering is going to make any changes. Let us discuss it at some other point. Not every time we can do it, but then we can always buy time. Can we discuss this sometime later? Can I get back to you on this? This will give you time to respond rather than react. Anytime you feel things are going out of your hand, postpone slightly. That will give you time to respond. Reacting is quickly hitting back on whatever emotional statement the other party has made. So you are actually adding fuel to fire. You are getting angry, you are making other person angry, you are not arriving at any solution. So responding is very important. Respond, don't react. I guess those who have done personal mastery training are well versed with it, isn't it? Any other strategy? Let us see. Literally cool yourself with splashing cold water. Wash your face with cold wet water, especially if you feel that it's something small, but it has suddenly made you very angry and any time it can go out of control. Wash your face with cold water. Usually these strategies work only for self. You cannot make someone else do that or control someone else's anger or manage someone else's anger. But for a small child, perhaps, angry small child, the best strategy that works if the child allows is to hold the child near you. But if the child doesn't allow that or cannot, you cannot do it, splash cold water on the child's face most probably would work. Be careful about that. I'm saying most probably. Okay. So literally cooling yourself is a good idea. One more thing is take a walk if possible. Taking walk actually gives you two things. It literally physically takes you away from the hot scenario, hot situation, and walk actually cools down your mind. I'm not saying run, I'm saying walk. When you walk, when you look what is there around you, your surroundings, and walk. That physical action of walking is a blessing for mankind. It actually reduces your anger, reduces those biochemical reactions. One more thing you can do is if you're still angry, you can, after walking for a while, you can jog, you can run, or you can dance to a fast song. This is actually an NLP technique. It's called dance of excellence. Dance to a fast song. So when you exercise, happy hormones are released in the body, automatically helping those negative biochemical reactions to subdue. And this is a strategy which is seriously useful, but not in every situation. You have to be very careful when you use this strategy. Remember a funny situation. Have a memory bank inside your mind of different types of situations and go back to that. Something funny that happened maybe in your office, maybe in your family, home, with your friends. Any funny incidents you can think of, really funny incidents you can think of, you should think of. That will bring a smile to your face. Especially if you are talking to seniors or elders or your boss, this strategy might not be very useful. So be careful, but yes, it works. Let us see some more short-term strategies. There are a lot of short-term strategies and each one of them is useful. But every time you suddenly get angry, see why short-term strategies are required? Because you are suddenly angry. You didn't get time to prepare beforehand. But then what you can do, what you should do is record the trigger. What is that trigger? Trigger is the reason why I am angry. What triggers my anger? So record that trigger in your mind. Tell yourself what exactly made me so angry. I cannot tolerate somebody foul mouthing, somebody saying something foul to me, using foul language. I just cannot tolerate. Somebody uses foul language even in fun, I blow my fuse. So if that is the reason, I should tell myself somebody using foul language blew my fuse. That doesn't justify. Somebody did something that is somebody's problem. Why I should take it on me? Blowing a fuse is not a good idea then also. But if I know the trigger, I will realize that I became so angry that people said Vajanti blew her fuse just because somebody used foul language. Language is just means of communication. I should not take that so seriously. So for understanding what is happening inside you, recording the trigger is very important. Okay, let us see if there are some more short-term strategies. There are one or two more short-term strategies. The first one is very useful. The second one you should do on, well, you should, it is your responsibility, but yes, it's useful too. The first one is imagine that someone else is facing the situation, not you. I'll tell you. Okay, let us say I am a school child and I did something slightly naughty, not really something that the teacher should come and scold me, but something slightly naughty. And what happened is, teacher was angry. She shouted at me. She started shouting at me. I didn't deserve that actually, but yeah, what will happen now? For something small, if teacher is shouting at a child, the child will get angry. What the child can think is, actually the teacher is scolding someone else. Vaijayanti is standing there. That's not me. Vaijayanti is standing there and the teacher is scolding her. It's called disassociating. You see yourself out of the scenario and you watch the scenario as a stranger. Somebody is scolding somebody. You are not the party of the scene. If that is what you can do, wonderful. You will be able to manage most of the angry situations. If it has not struck to you, think about it. It's not very difficult. You can easily do it. Once you are angry, think that I'm not the one that is fighting. I'm standing here. I'm watching how Vajayanti is angry. That might work. And otherwise, especially if the situations are such that make me angry suddenly and it can blow into a full scale fight, if I think about all the sounds around me as cartoon movie sounds, things can change. Rather than the person in front of me, rather than thinking about him as a shouting fellow, if I can think of him as a Mickey Mouse on the screen who's talking in his squeaky voice, well, that will change the perspective. So especially on phone, if you get angry, you can imagine this, provided you know how to control the situation. Okay. So these are the short-term strategies that you can use when you are angry.